Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you from a very different location. We are actually in my spare bedroom right now. I figured why not mix it up a little bit? All of my videos are shot in my living room and my office. So today we are going to be doing this in my spare bedroom. So today's YouTube video is going to be a little bit different. And when I thought of this video actually a month ago, my plan was to have it be a 2-week kind of case study and show you guys what happened to my Pinterest account. And I was really hoping for these amazing results and I could come to you guys and share a new strategy, but this video ended up being not something that I was expecting. So a month ago, I decided that I wanted to try out some new Pinterest strategies. And it kind of came up because I was looking at what other people were doing on Pinterest and I noticed that they were sharing a lot more of their own content compared to other people's content. And as you guys know, in one of my YouTube videos back, I think it may have been my 2019 Pinterest strategy, I shared with you guys that I share about 40% my own content and 60% of other people's content. But when I was looking at other people's Pinterest accounts, I realized that they were sharing more of their content and really only like 2 or 3 pins a day of other people's content. So I was like, there has to be something here. I'm gonna give it a shot. So I decided to try out 3 different things within my Pinterest strategy and see what effect they would have. Now, it has been a month since I started making these changes. So the very first thing I did, I revamped my pin design a little bit. So as you guys may know, especially if you found me on Pinterest, my pin design is very basic, black and white, plain and simple. I like it that way because it kind of represents my brand. Those are my brand colors, black, white, gray, as well as this peachy, orangey color. Those are the colors within my brand. Oh, there's also blue as well. But those are my colors within my brand, so I had my pins very, very basic. And I realized that a lot of people in my niche, which I shared this in another video as well, a lot of people in my niche are sharing pins that have a pink, peachy kind of tone to them. So I was like, why don't I add one of my brand colors, my peachy brand color, into my pin images and see how it performs on Pinterest. So let's jump to my computer and I'm gonna show you guys what happened. So first, let's take a look at the pins. As you guys can see, the pins that do not have the block of color behind some of the text, those are my old pins. So the ones that are just black and white, those are my old pins compared to the ones that have a block of a peachy color behind important words. Those are the new pins that I was designing. So in my opinion, I thought that they were pretty good designs. I thought that they were gonna get clicks because it really made the text pop out and I thought that that was going to make an impact. But let's take a look at the analytics. Within the analytics section, I wanna make sure that I select only my website because obviously for this strategy, I'm only going to see results within my own website, not from the other pins that I'm sharing on Pinterest. So let's take a look at just my website. We're only gonna look at the last 30 days. So we're gonna look from July 15th until August 13th, which I don't even think all of those stats have come in yet. So it may be like August 11th or something. So it's almost the last 30 days. But the first thing we're gonna look at is impressions. These are the top 10 pins within the last 30 days. And sadly, only 3 of my new pin designs appear within the top 10. But honestly, I'm okay with that because I didn't adjust anything within my Pinterest SEO. I was writing my descriptions the way that I would normally write them. So when it comes to impressions, that's actually pretty good to see 3 new pins in the last 30 days because that's really when I started to implement these designs. If we scroll down a little bit, we'll see there's one more. And really that's it. There's another one the whole way down here, but those aren't generating a lot of impressions. So 3 within the top 10. I'm not mad at it, but the real results are gonna appear within the clicks because like I said, I didn't adjust my Pinterest SEO strategy. So the fact that they are still getting impressions is good. I'm not surprised by that, but my goal with changing the pin design was that I was going to get more clicks. I'm clearly popping out words. I'm making it a bit more clickable, in my opinion, for my audience. So I would hope that these pins would be generating more clicks for me. So let's take a look. We're gonna change this from impressions to link clicks. And as you guys can see, the last 30 days, there is only one new pin that is performing for me and it is number 9 within the top 10. Yeah, number 9. In the last 30 days, it has generated 110 clicks, which honestly, that is not bad at all, but I was definitely expecting to see better results from changing my pin design. The next strategy that I decided to do, I decided to join a lot of group boards. And I'm talking about a lot of group boards. Last time I shared with you guys, I think I had 85 boards total on my Pinterest account. Now I have got over 100 boards on my Pinterest account, and those are just because I joined 20 group boards. Yep, I joined 20 group boards in a 2-week time frame. My goal was to have this video shot at a 2-week time frame. And of course, I added all of my pins to those group boards. Now, I kind of thought that maybe I would see some results from this, especially because I was generating more repins for myself. You guys know how I feel about group boards. They're great for generating repins, kind of taking control of the destiny of your pins. But to be honest, I didn't really see that much result from this. Yes, I do think that I joined some high quality group boards. I'm proud of the group boards that I joined. I didn't just join random ones that weren't actually going to provide benefit to me. I think that these will provide benefit to me in the future, but honestly, I did not see any results from this, at least within the first month. And then the last strategy that I tried was revamping the amount of pins that I was sharing from my blog compared to other people's websites. So other people's content on Pinterest. And since I had seen that other people were sharing basically 90% their own content every single day on Pinterest, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my research. So did my research, and what people were saying was that if you have a Pinterest business account, Pinterest sees you as a content creator instead of a content curator. So the way that I was looking at it before was that I wanted to be a good curator for Pinterest, meaning that I was sharing, yes, my own content, but also great content from other people, so that I was a good resource that had a lot of resources on their Pinterest account. I really hope that makes sense. But what I was reading was that if you have a Pinterest business account, Pinterest understands that you obviously have your own website, that you're creating your content, so they expect you to share more of your own content. So it's kind of like Instagram. You obviously share your own content, you don't curate other people's content. So I was like, okay, I buy in, let me give it a shot. And honestly, I expected to see the best results from this strategy. Now again, I started doing this a month ago. So my schedule went from looking like this to now looking like this. And I'm telling you, I'm sharing maybe 2 to 5 pins a day of other people's content, and the rest of them are all my pins. So I had to go back through, I had to filter through old pins, I had to create new blog posts to make sure that I was filling up my schedule, because I like to share between 30 to 40 pins every single day. And now let's take a look at the analytics. To get a good picture of what happened when I changed this strategy, I am again gonna only look at my own website, not all the pins on my account, but I'm just gonna look at my own website. And I'm actually gonna back it out to, let's say, the last 60 days, because I wanna see what was going on before I changed my strategy and then what happened during the transition. You know, the past month of sharing more of my own content compared to anyone else's content. So when you take a look at this, I'm gonna first look at impressions. So starting in June, my impressions were pretty good. They were around 10,000. There's some 13,000 in there, some 12,000 in there, but I would say maybe on average, I would be around the 11,000 mark, I would say, impressions a day on my own pins. Then when I made the change, again, it was mid-July, there was actually a big spike right here where I went from 13.95 thousand up to 21.56 thousand. That is a pretty big jump, but I notice whenever I share new pins to Pinterest, meaning when I launch a blog post on my website and then I share that pin to Pinterest, I know that the first day I add that pin and the next 2 days, they tend to get the best results for that pin. It gets an immediate reaction when it comes to impressions and clicks. And then over time, my SEO really takes over, and that's when it starts appearing in search and it receives long-term results that way. But I notice whenever I launch new pins on Pinterest, I get pretty good traction on them the first 1 to 3 days. So this spike here is because I added a lot of new pins, because again, guys, I created a new pin design and I needed more pins to fill up my Pinterest schedule. So I added a ton of pins. So I'm not surprised that I saw this spike. But what I didn't expect was that this wouldn't stick. Honestly, I thought that I was going to receive amazing results from changing my strategy, but if you guys take a look at this, really, sure, my impressions are a bit higher, so I'm getting like 17,000 a day at some points, but other times it's still back down to 13. So I would say my impressions are up, maybe by 2,000. I would say my impressions are up a day. And yes, that's pretty good, increasing your impressions by 2,000, but I really expected to see major results from changing my strategy. So let's take a look at the clicks. I'm gonna go over here, click on link clicks, and we're gonna take a look at it. Before I changed my strategy, I was getting around, the highest there is 250, the lowest is 165, and that was actually really low for me. I would say I'm averaging around 220 clicks a day to my website because there's some like consistency with 230 and 240. So I would say on average I was around 220 clicks a day to my website. Again, not bad, but I have heard people say that they've gotten thousands of clicks from Pinterest a day, and I actually have one of my clients that receives like 1.6 thousand clicks to their website a day. So obviously there's some untapped potential within Pinterest that I know I'm missing out on. So I figured this strategy would make a big difference for me, guys. But if you look at July, mid-July into August, yes, I was reaching 300 clicks to my website a day. Not bad, going from 220 to 300, but I would say on average, I was around 250 clicks to my website a day. Sometimes they're up to 300 and sometimes they're around 280, and then one of the days it was down to 210. So to change my strategy drastically, I mean, really, I was sharing 40% my own content every single day compared to 90% my own content every day. I really thought I was going to see results, and I ended up only receiving about 30 more clicks to my website a day, which is still good. It's better than what I was receiving, but I was expecting almost like 500 clicks to my website a day, if I'm being honest. So yeah. Now, once I started receiving basically no results, I was gonna scratch this video altogether. I was like, there's no point in this. I didn't receive any results. Like, my goal for this video was to show you guys that if you made these changes within your strategy, you could receive amazing results on Pinterest. And other times when I've adjusted my strategy, I receive results within 2 weeks' time, if that. Not seeing any results in a month's time, what I'm trying to tell you guys is don't fall for every fad on Pinterest. Don't go after every single Pinterest strategy. Don't try this new thing that someone's recommending to you or this new thing that another person's recommending to you. Find a good strategy that works for you and focus on your Pinterest SEO, writing those descriptions, creating good pins, and maybe changing your pin design can help a little bit. I'm not going to lie, my new pin design did get me some clicks, but not that much. And maybe over time that's gonna change and I'm gonna start to receive more clicks over time, but as of right now, that didn't do that big of a difference for me. So when you have great SEO and you're focusing on sharing the right pins, sharing high quality pins, and if you focus on creating high quality content that targets the keywords that you want to rank for on Pinterest, I really think that that is what is going to receive the most results for you. Not these fads or these other trends or trying to learn everything possible about Pinterest, because trust me, there is so much information out there about Pinterest, you're just gonna get overwhelmed. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it and found it helpful. It was definitely different for me. If this is the first video that you are watching on my YouTube channel, please go take a look at some of my other Pinterest related videos, because those are really actionable and include my Pinterest strategy and what has helped me to get to this point in my Pinterest account, you know? So yeah, this one was definitely different. I still think you guys are gonna like it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, as well as leave me a comment and let me know if you did enjoy it or if you absolutely hate these kinds of videos and I will never do them again. The next video, we are going to be getting back into the YouTube series. So for August, I have been doing a small YouTuber series where I'm sharing my tips on how to grow your YouTube channel. And the video following that is actually going to be an Instagram related video sharing my Instagram strategy, what I've been doing recently, because I'm really shocked that one of the things I stopped doing is actually getting me more followers. So I'm definitely gonna be sharing that with you guys, but that is going to come not the next video, but the video following. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you guys back here really soon. Bye guys.